Captain, if you can give us your log, please. Log, please.
I don't think you've...
Log, please.
Oh yeah, you just... I don't think you've... Oh yeah, you just... How long have we... Have we already gotten to ESD?
Yeah, we're starting the episode at ESD, and we'll just kind of backfill.
Captain's log, Stardate 5483.9.4. We've started to make way towards several interesting points that we found while conducting operations in the Paulson Nebula. Getting there would take us straight through the core system, so I've elected to allow the crew a bit of R&R at ESD and Earth and other core systems if anyone requests it. So far, it's been an easy journey back to the core, and hopefully we'll be able to get back to a full operating capacity before we head out to investigate those interesting systems in Captain's log.
Excellent. So, as I noted in the log, and I'll make it explicit here, en route to Earth about a week in, and you received reports of another star that went supernova under mysterious circumstances. This one reported by the USS Andromeda. They have been in the process of making first contact with a new race called the Chigoans, way out by the galactic rim, south of the Klingons. And while there, they noticed a fleet battle going on in one of their star systems, and the Chigoans utilized a super weapon to detonate one of their stars. So that has gotten in the 10th Fleet in general in a heightened state of awareness, and with you seeing a supernova going off, and the Andromeda seeing a supernova going off, Ammonia has forwarded the relevant information to the Svalinn to see if there's any connection between these two events. Otherwise, as you're at Earth Space Dock, everyone is home. And... wait, not that one. There you go. That's the sound I wanted. Sorry, I lost my soundtracks. But as of now, you're at Earth Space Dock. You're docked inside one of the interior berths, and you have free reign of the system for the next 48 hours. Captain, what would you be doing during your shore leave?
I'll have to think about it.
All right. We'll come back to you. Sullivan, since you're here at Earth, you actually have someone who hailed you to come meet with you really quickly. An old friend of sorts.
Okay, so that was towards me, right? I got distracted by the music.
Yes.
Alright, I definitely need to head there.
Nothing too traumatic. It's an more information heading to your messages.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we'll handle all that over PM. Um, um, Lieutenant Commander Maddox. You have 2 days. A's in dock. The ship's in perfect operational conditions. What will you be doing in with your free time?
I will probably head home to Houston.
Gonna see anyone in particular there?
Whatever family's still there.
Okay. You have a personal family or just like brothers and sisters?
Well, that's where he was born, so I don't. So probably just visiting parents.
Okay. Um. Very well. Go ahead and give me a. What's the relevant in skill that was used before? Presence command difficulty onto 1, just to see how relaxed and focused ish you are from this vacation.
Not very.
That was challenge dice, not the.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was the wrong dice.
I hit the wrong die. It's one of them days already.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's better.
All right. Generate 1 momentum as, yeah. You talk with your parents. You kind of tell them what's going on.
Eat some brisket.
Loose lips sink ships.
Loose lips sink ships. I'm assuming you're just telling them the standard, or oh, I'm working in engineering now. Now this is kind of how my job goes, but you're not telling them like Starfleet secrets.
Oh, of course not.
Of course not. No one here is gonna be that silly. Now, if you roll a complication, no. So on your sheet, let me edit this here. You'll have the a trait of well rested for this episode.
Yeah.
So if you have any, so if you come up against any task that it has to do with stress or yeah, has to do with stress or keeping calm, you can use that advantage.
Very good.
Commander Calder, what are you up to with your 48 hours on Earth?
Probably gonna spend half of it relaxing at ESD and the other two, because we're dealing, because we might be dealing with some Ferengi, find a way to acquire some latinum.
Oh, so you want to get around trying to play some Dabo maybe? Or are you looking to trade for latinum?
I feel like playing Dabo might be less, has a, when I have a chance of me having to pull some assets from the ship.
Mm-hmm. But to get latinum, and you're gonna have to come up with assets anyways. There is an exchange program. You can use exchange Federation credits for latinum. But if you want to generate your own kind of off the books, because if you exchange it, you kind of have to declare to the Federation, okay, I'm getting latinum so I can get this. But if you want something off the books, you can do something on your own time, and then you won't have to report it.
Yeah, I'll think I'll trade some Federation credits for latinum.
Okay.
For the use of recreational stuff.
Okay, so the official port's just, I'm doing this for recreational purposes? Because you are... you are going out to Ferenginar, so having latinum on hand might be useful.
Yes.
Okay, and what relaxing things would you be doing on ESD?
I do not know. What are those do nothing days?
It's one of those do nothing days. Just sitting in the lounge watching ships go by.
Yes.
Excellent. Same thing. Presence command, difficulty 1, and just to see how chilled out you can get.
What's the difficulty 1?
Difficulty is 1. And banking more threat. As you also have the well-rested trait. Commander Tolek. It's not exactly your home, but you're close enough of that, if you wish, you could get a courier back to Vulcan.
Yes, I think I will.
Okay. That's easy enough to arrange. And it does take a little bit of a time off of actually visiting Vulcan, but you still have like 26 hours to explore Vulcan. Anything in particular you're gonna do? See? Any people you want to meet up with?
Are my parents?
Okay.
I will have a very, very unemotional reunion with them.
Very logical, but still
Yes.
appreciated.
Yes.
As
Have a very, very unemotional dinner conversation. Talk about very, very logical things.
discussions ends of working with the human and crew.
Yes. Complain about how their emotions and irrationalities. Fascinating.
It is very fascinating.
Is this this timeline? Was Vulcan destroyed in this timeline?
No, Vulcan's still here.
Okay. Okay.
This ain't no Kelvin timeline.
This is not the Kelvin timeline.
Okay.
In fact, we're looking ahead to Romulus being destroyed, but that's not going to happen for a couple years. So there's
Okay.
no hints of that yet.
Okay. Then I assume Vulcan has like a great library.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You have all sorts of resources on Vulcan. It's a core member world, so.
Okay. So then, in whatever time I am not having unemotional, logical conversations with my parents, I will spend in that library. Further understanding my study of astrophysics science. In other words, being absolutely unexciting. Completely.
Absolutely unexciting. What did you say that you were looking up in the library?
Astrophysics and my study of science overall.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do a reason science roll, difficulty 1, and to represent your study.
Okay.
And your focus in astrophysics would apply.
So I have a dedicated focus in astrophysics.
Ooh.
How about that?
Dedicated focus, that means we double the focus range, I believe?
No, I think you get like a bonus momentum or a success or something like that, but it raises complication. You can always look it up on the character generator.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wow.
What's in science? Dedicated focus. Choose a focus when attempting being attached to the focus. Each d20 generates 2 successes, also generates 1 bonus momentum. Okay, so you generate a bonus momentum and from your task roll. And now I actually looked at the task roll. have something interesting I do with that complication.
All right. Ooh. Can I use... I can use momentum to kill that complication, can I not?
You can, if you wish.
I wish.
All right.
We're a little too early in there. I'm in a goddamn library on Vulcan, all right? Like,
All right. So you're looking up some actual physics things, but you're getting some conflicting reports because you're reading stuff at the bleeding edge of science, and there's some conflicting theories going around, and you weren't able to resolve it, but you decided, you know what, I can't resolve this right now, and this isn't my time or place to be dealing with this, so I'm just gonna set this particular issue aside.
yes.
So almost a complication, but you managed to just logically reallocate your resources. Ensign Archer. Are you with us?
I am with you.
Excellent. You have 2 days. He's on Earth. It's probably the first time you've been back to Earth since graduation. And what should you do?
I am talking with my retired admiral, with my mother, who is a retired admiral on Starfleet.
Excellent. She's retired, but in Starfleet, you get a nice conversation with her. Is she the human mother or the Bolian mother? I forgot.
Yes, human.
The human one? Okay. Human mother, Bolian father. Got it. He's caring, she's proud out of the work you're doing. She's has that edge of apprehension, and as all parents do when their kid goes to Starfleet, but in general is proud of the work you've done. She doesn't have much details on what's going on because she's out of Starfleet. But you give her the general gist without revealing anything. Let's see. There's some notes I'm missing. Anyways, anything else you want to do? Just meet with your mother for a couple days, hang out.
Yeah, I think that's all I will do.
Okay. Presence and command difficulty 1, and to relax, and gain some reflection.
Would any of my focuses work in that, like deception, to make it seem like
No, you can't really deceive yourself. All right. You just make it.
Oh, I also study the history of the USS Enterprise NX-01.
Anything in particular, or are you just history diving?
What the cook cooked.
Nice. Um. Yeah, you can and find that out. And
I
find
think there's a holodeck program that allows you to do that.
yes. And finally, a captain. Couple days in the heart of the Federation. What's the captain do to relax?
I think I'll go spend some time enjoying the nightlife in go to the Philippines.
Go to the Philippines?
Yeah.
Excellent. There's it. It still has that at small intimate atmosphere, but there's aliens about. There's lots of great food, good dancing. Does the captain wish to take anyone home for the evening, or just by himself?
Say that again?
Do you wish to take anyone home for the evening? Return with a date?
Yeah, if he meets someone there, then he'll do that, but not like back to the ship or ESD, but like
Yeah,
stay in the
back to his
Philippines.
hotel locally. All right. No, I'll roll the challenge dice. Yeah, there's a couple hits or misses, but no one on that really connects to you. So, but again, and presence and command difficulty 1, and to see how relaxing you can be over the next 2 days.
Take a threat.
Okay.
Since I'm dancing and trying to relax at the same time, or just like going out on the town and stuff, would you accept endurance as a folk?
I'll accept endurance, as you are trying to dance the night away. As you generate 4 momentum, and you also get the well-rested trait for the episode. Oh, as we both type it up. All right. So at the end of the 48 hours, everyone kind of makes their way back to ESD and back to the Svalinn, and dock masters have done routine maintenance. They've polished the hull. They've changed the oil, new tires. There's you're ready to go. And after a nice relaxing weekend on ESD, everyone meets back up on the ship, and you make way towards this new station. Actually, let's go fleet map.
Did we have time before getting to ESD to install the cloak?
Yep, cloak. Yep, cloak's installed. In fact,
then I'll want to speak to Maddox sometime.
there's the rules of the cloaking device. And yes, I know that's not the Steam Runner class, but they don't have images of Steam Runners cloaking.
When did the NX class have a cloaking device?
I don't know. I was just typing in cloaked Federation ships, and that was one that came up.
In the mirror darkly, it shows an NX class cloaking.
Gotcha.
Can we do a task to change it to the engineering console? Because I don't know if our tactical person has a good engineer. Like, it's an engineering task that's happening at a tactical station, so we'd want to switch one of those.
Okay.
If we could.
Engineering's my third best discipline on a 3.
What? Yeah, we'll probably want someone to. Like, I think the best approach would be to either have you use milestones and stuff to up your engineering and get a focus in cloaking, or have Maddox do just get the focus in cloaking. Like, it's I think it would be more of a character change for you to be efficient at it.
I mean, wouldn't the cloaking device count as a security system?
Yeah, if we could get it changed to controlled security, that would also be a good thing.
Which direction do you want to make this go?
Is out of you and Maddox, who's willing to take a focus in cloaking technology?
Yeah, I'll go place hand phases with cloaking.
Yeah, then we can try to make it a control security task.
Okay, so to switch it over. Okay, so we're looking at a small extended task. Control security, difficulty 3, magnitude 3, complication 2, because you're working with its alien technology and you're trying to make it do something it wasn't originally designed to do. And work track 13 to switch it over to control security task to activate the cloak.
And anyone want to give me some assistance with this, or should I just...
I can.
Okay. Will the ship give me assistance?
The ship will not, because you're changing something on the ship.
And I do have a focus change because of my termination spend 2 missions ago. Well, 2 sessions ago. So I do have a focus.
All right. One
I will spend
focus.
I will spend a momentum.
And this is kind of backtracking. You're doing this on the way to ESD.
Also, for my assist, would experimental tech or combat tactics work?
I'll take experimental tech.
Two momentum to squash that threat.
Okay. 2 momentum am down, but you do make the goal, so Calder roll 2 challenge dice plus your security. That's 7 work. Just want to spend 1 momentum to reroll those zeros, or just let it stand. You do have enough for 1 breakthrough.
I have enough of a breakthrough. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So breaking through is it seems like tactical officers in the Romulan Empire are specially trained on cloaking devices. Since they use them a lot, and since it's a core part of their tactics, they know how to use it. But it's not all that difficult to move the system from one to another. You basically have to fill in the command codes and kind of build a script to fill it in. But you at least got it that far. So we're now at magnitude 2, diff 2, complication 2, work track 8.
Okay, I will spend 1 more.
Well, no,
you know what?
What?
I'm going to spend a determination to give myself a free critical success on my next roll. And I'm going to use my value. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail.
You are definitely making preparations right now. I will allow it. So, automatically score 2 successes. You're basically rolling for momentum at this point.
So does that mean I just roll 2 dice and I just have a visual third dice that counts as a crit, or just one of my?
Yeah,
I
you're
just-
rolling 2 dice already, and you're already gaining +2 from a crit.
Okay.
Oof. Archer, you could squash that with your Bornir Warp Core if you like. Yep. When you suffer a complication, you can roll 1 challenge dice. If you gain an effect, the complication is ignored. Unfortunately, that didn't work. But you do gain 1 momentum on top, so there is 2 momentum here if you want to squash that.
Squash it, because I feel like having a complication on something as valuable as this is a bad thing. Okay, so same amount of challenge dice as last time.
Yep. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As you gain +5 and also complete the work track. There's a little bit of a mess up there that almost tripped you up as you kind of, and I forgot the syntax between the cloak and the Svalinn and was different, and it almost caused an error, but you managed to fix that, and the cloak will now run on a control security roll. You filled in the text and made a macro to the cloak essentially. And
Good.
I will change the text to reflect that. And changes is saved. Very well. Archer, did you want to spend some time on your special project? Probably knock off 2 rolls for the phaser.
One moment, let me just...
Yep, that's right. And if you want, Caller can assist you, or Maddox or someone else.
Yeah, I think I would like Maddox to assist me more.
Will do.
As Archer
Take
here
a threat.
is making a phaser artillery weapon.
So
All right.
I roll 1 to assist. Is that right?
Yep, just one.
Okay. There it goes.
And as you gain 2 momentum off that. No, if it's max 2-3, it goes down 1 difficulty. For each max 2 you break, the difficulty goes down.
Okay.
Yeah, as you go through an extended task, yes, it gets a little easier each step. So now roll your 2 plus your engineering and challenge dice, Archer. You have 3 on the table you want to spend, and 2 momentum to get to work, so you can get a breakthrough.
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah, that's probably the smart play rather than re-roll and try. Alright, so you got 5 work done, another breakthrough, so magnitude goes down to 2, and today's breakthrough, you figure out the power supply issue by modulating in the neon emitter a little bit. You can get it power to all the phaser barrels with minimum loss of power. You're only using 150% power instead of 300%. So you still need a hefty battery pack, but you saved a lot of power, which means you can use this more, so it's getting more and more viable. And now we can do it again for another day's work. So
Since we don't have any momentum left, take another threat.
yep, and this is difficulty 2 now. Oh no!
I still help again?
Yep, you can help.
Okay.
Anything into quash that complication? Actually, yeah. You can try the Borneo Warp Core again, because
Different singing, basically.
well, you can keep doing it until it hits, and then it expires for the scene. So roll the channel size, hope for effect. Yay! Your good luck pulls through, and you almost overloaded the power supply, but you caught it just in time and didn't manage to blow your hands off. And You generate 1 momentum, and you can roll another 5 challenge dice. And another 5 work down. As you figured out something particularly clever for the targeting system. And with that, you have about 9 days from Earth to the first navigational point. Is there anything else you would like to do on the way there, or?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Maddox about the cloak.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess now Maddox and Calder.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do that scene. Maddox and Calder, you're called to the captain's ready room.
It's me and Maddox, correct?
Correct. Did you want to speak it? I'm assuming both at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. Yep, the scene is yours.
Well, first, congratulations, Commander Maddox, on adapting the technology.
Thank you, sir.
I want to have a couple of test runs before we get to our destination. There's a couple of regulations we probably need to establish. I think first is the cloak can only be activated on the order of the senior most person on board. So if we're in a situation and I'm on the ship, you need to ask me before you activate it. If I'm not on the ship, then you need to ask whoever's the highest ranking officer before activating it. Just like you're firing weapons, you can't fire the torpedoes without asking permission. Don't use the cloak without asking permission, because it's not that far from being a weapon of its own.
Aye, sir.
Yes, Captain.
And so, we're also going to need some kind of alert for the ship so that we can turn off non-essential systems and go into cloak if needed. I don't think we need any kind of alert for normal cloak, but if we want to, shut off non-essential power emissions and not all outgoing communications, just to make sure the cloak works correctly and we don't have any issues, we need to come up with some kind of alert for that.
Kind of like the running silent for the ancient submarines.
In fact, there's no reason to improve something that already works. We can call it silent running.
I doubt we need to do anything special for the cloaking alert.
No, just a simple light pattern like we have for red alert, and a quick announcement that that's what we're doing. Wouldn't want someone sending out a letter to their parents while we're cloaked and in a tense situation.
Could always call it black alert. I'll stay quiet.
I'll leave it up to you, Commander Calder, to come up with the fine details on what the alert looks like. Commander Maddox, if you want to go ahead and have a probe ready, we'll drop out of warp, launch a probe, have it try to scan us while we're in cloak, and if everything goes good, then we'll proceed to our destination.
I'll get it ready, sir.
Shouldn't we? Shouldn't we also figure out what we can learn from the data from the star we scanned? Well, black hole singularity.
I trust Commander Tolik is working on that. If you wish to help him, I'm sure he'd like that.
Okay.
I think like's a strong word.
More obligated.
Perhaps tolerate might be closer.
All right. Commander Maddox, let the bridge know when you're ready.
Aye, sir.
Dismissed. And I'll head out to the bridge.
All right. It's not going to take you long to prepare a probe for this. It's probably a half hour, and you are ready to go.
Engineering to bridge.
Bridge here.
Captain, we are ready to launch the probe at your command, sir.
All right. Ensign Archer, bring us out of warp.
Dropping out of warp, Captain.
Button.
Commander Calder, if you would launch the probes.
Yes, Captain, I do so.
Yep. No, it's easy to launch probes. There's nothing to it. The probe is launched.
Commander Tolik, verify you're getting telemetry on the Svalinn.
For that, Tolek, let's use reason science difficulty 1, just as to represent scanning, getting telemetry from a third party.
Good.
Assisted by ship's sensor science, which brings it down to what? 0. So. Someone rolling for the ship?
Yeah.
Sensor science.
Oh, can we get rid of the 2 breaches since we were at ESD, we can
Yeah,
do that.
easily. Oh, that was way too dramatic. Alright, as you generate 5 momentum, you're easily getting telemetry on the probe and scanning everything.
And Tolik gets 1 free question, so, don't let it go to waste. You could know anything you want to about the Svalinn.
I can think of nothing. Unless somebody has some suggestions.
Is this in regards to the probe or?
Yep, in
No.
regards to a probe and scanning the Svalinn.
Yeah, he just did a scan of the Svalinn so we know that the probe's working. But technically, as the science officer, he gets a free question when he does scanning rolls. So I was just joking that he could technically ask a question about the
Oh.
Svalinn.
Technically.
All right then. Commander Calder, if you want to show off your new alert and take us into Cloak.
And what is the new alert?
I think I'll just do it as the same way as they did it for the Defiant.
I don't think the Defiant actually called out any specific alert. They just went to Cloak and everything went blue. All right, so you push the buttons, going to silent running, and tactical and engineering reports ready, and I need a control security task, difficulty 2, assisted by ship's engine security. And this task has a power requirement of 3.
What's the communication range?
1.
Okay. Damn, and with the assist from Archer or Calder, I get to squash that.
Yep, you generate 1. Actually, wait, you generate 2 float because it's difficulty 2, so. Yep, with the.
Elder rolled first. He rolled a 1.
Oh, Elder did. Yep, that is a starship task. Yeah, but you can use 1 and 1 from the pull to squash that complication.
Yep.
And with that, blue lights flicker across the ship as everything takes a deep muted tone, and Talak, reason in science scan difficulty E2. Assisted by ship's sensors, their science, bringing it down to difficulty 1.
All right, coming up.
Whoops. In the moment of cloaking, you've actually lost telemetry on the probe. But as a succeed at cost, you lost telemetry for the probe, but just before you lost telemetry, yeah, the ship was invisible. There was no ship on the sensors, but then the cloak interfered with the communication of the probe.
will raise an eyebrow of disapproval.
Report, Commander.
We unfortunately lost telemetry with the probe, but in the few moments that we did have readings, we were not detected.
Well, I think that's good enough right now. Mr. Calder, if you would take the cloak down and recover the probe. And Ensign Archer, if you will take us back on our course and heading once the commander reports that he has finished that. I will be in my ready room. Commander Tolik, you have the con.
Aye, Captain.
Tolik, I'll have you reason or control science difficulty A2 to figure out what exactly happened with the probe and the cloak and how to prevent it from happening again.
Okay. So, which ones?
And actually, now that I think about it, it would actually be reason or control engineering, because this is an engineering problem, not necessarily a science problem.
Full control engineering.
Okay. Any focuses?
I have astrophysics, quantum mechanics, physics.
Looking more for like sensor operations or.
I
Diagnostics.
have talents in. No, I have talents in technical expertise and computer expertise. I have a value that says I understand computers better than people.
Yeah, that would apply. What does computer expertise do? Is that an extra dice? I should know this.
What did you say? Computer expertise?
Yeah. What does that talent do?
Computer expertise. Whenever you attempt a task that involves the programming or study of a computer system, you may add a bonus d20 to your pool.
Yeah, that would fire. So you get it to roll 3 dice.
Come on. Go.
I believe with technical expertise, you can reroll that.
Rerolled a 0.
Or is that just you can reroll the ship's dice? Yeah, you can reroll any of the d20s, including the ship dice. So you may reroll that with technical expertise.
I will reroll that 0.
Okay.
Crap.
Well, you make it.
Yes. Just say.
In programming, I mean the cloak and the security procedure, there was the computer is set up that when we go into cloak, we shut down on all outgoing communication, including sensor probes. With a quick fix, you can allow out a small hole on a rotating frequency that, okay, we can't allow outgoing transmissions on these frequencies specifically dedicated to sensor probes, if you wanted to do that. So, new technology, you're figuring out bugs and glitches as you get along. You okay there, Maddox?
Yes.
Alright.
There's chaos here tonight. I'm sorry.
That happens. New scene. As we make our way to the Theta Scion system.
I wanna. What did we know about this system already?
Some base information you would have pulled up is that there's a navigational hazard called the Sparrow Belt that is a slight navigational hazard. There's a bunch of rocks tumbling around in there that makes it hard to see and hard to navigate, but not impossible. This is in the unclaimed space between Ferenginar and Federation space. It's not developed. There's no M-class planets or anything interesting. There's a class Y planet, Theta Scion on one, and the other two are gas giants. So there's not really anything that's really keeping people here officially, except for the station, which is a pirate cove.
Okay. Then yeah, I would have had us come in under cloak.
All right.
So need to roll for that.
Would there be a way for us to disguise a shuttle?
Our shuttles are warp capable, but we'd have to think of why we as pirates or as ne'er-do-wells would have a relatively weakly unarmed Federation shuttle.
Very true.
Maybe if we get close, we can look at one of the ships that's there, and we can beam on to like a quiet corner and pretend to be from that ship.
But we need to get through the belt first.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's class 1. I'm pretty confident in Archer's abilities. In fact, with one of his talents, I don't think there will actually be an increased difficulty for it.
Probably not, but it is something that everyone else in there has to deal with. But first things first, let's get a new control security roll assisted by ship's engine security for the cloak.
And then we'll probably just want to have Maddox do a power roll, because I don't think we've changed scene yet. So
you've changed scene in from before. I'm assuming you did the cloak test like several days before you actually got to the system. So
we probably still want to do it that way in case we get into some issues. We'll be at max power because we don't know when the next scene will change.
What is the ship rolling?
Engine security.
Okay.
And just like before.
And then can we have Maddox do some power?
Absolutely. Power management is daring or control engineering, difficulty 2. And then you gain 1 power off that, and you can spend momentum to gain extra power.
I'll use 1 momentum to get a 3rd done.
All right.
Oh.
You have your cautious. You can go ahead and just re-roll that.
That's right, because I bought the extra die.
Yeah.
Yep. You can just re-roll that.
Sir.
Oh, I was gonna have fun with that complication.
There we go.
All right. And the ship doesn't help with this. That's weird. Feels like the ship should help, but guess not.
And it's a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 1 for momentum to power.
1 to 1. So you gain 1 on momentum, so you're at a total of 4. And you gain 1 power. If you spent 2 more momentum, you can go back to your cap.
I assume we want to do that then.
Yep, that's fine.
All right. 2 momentum, and you recoup the cost of the cloak. One thing of note: your shields are down.
Yep. Instant Archer, we're gonna need to go through there, and it's gonna need to be some fancy flying, because if we get hit, not only will the ship be damaged, but it'll it'll negate any benefit we gain from being cloaked.
Yep. So, initially, this would be a chart hazard. Let's see, initially difficulty 3. Alright, so let's make this daring con on roll. Difficulty E3. And with the shields down, complication 2, because as you're used to flying around in asteroid fields with shields, so you have a little bit of buffer. Now there's no buffer.
Doesn't he have an ability that lowers the difficulty by 1?
And my talent of push the limit.
That would apply.
Should make it to diff 2.
It brings down to diff 2. And this is assisted by Engine's Cod. Con, not Coon. I English occasionally. And spend 2 threat to increase the complication range to 4. Or no, 2.
It's already at 2.
Yeah, comp to 3. Alright, Archer, you have the ball. Div 2, so gain 2 momentum. As slowly you pick your way through the system, avoiding ships and asteroids. As Archer, you're very much in tune with the ship. You know what she can fit in, and how fast you need to turn to avoid things, and you should very stealthily move up. In fact, there's not even a gravimetric wake behind you. And in front of you, you see the spindly, ugly, and practically gaudy looking Malweigh Station. It's very it's fluorescent pink for some reason and flashing, and there's some holographic signs around advertising different things you can buy, weapons, slave girls. Some of the ads are quite distasteful, and there's at least 30 ships of various types parked around here. Some of them are hard dark, some of them are just in orbit.
You said there's nearly 30 ships?
Yeah, there's a lot of ships of various sizes. Some of them are just small scale 3 courier, or some runabouts. There's 2 massive scale 6 ships that seem to be capital ships of sorts. But all various types. There's a Cardassian, an older Cardassian model. Oh, one of the capital ships appears to be a Nausicaan. Couple of Ferengi decors. And actually some civilian Federation ships are out here as well.
Alright, senior staff meeting.
Senior staff meeting.
So I do have an idea that if we are able to beam in, we should probably not wear any sort of Federation uniform.
Yeah, I think we'll have to see to that. We'll also need to make sure that those of you who have equipment kits and tricorders, you'll need to be able to conceal that. I think phaser type 1s would be the best, where they can remain hidden.
Is there a civilian disruptor we can replicate? Something given to something more common that's carried around?
I would think a type 1 is probably pretty common in civilian use when phasers are needed, because it's pretty low power.
Yeah, that's probably a reasonable exception. As far as the communication ancient devices, I mean, civilians have cell phones, so you can replicate some sort of low power civilian communication device. It's not going to be as long range or as high fidelity as your communicator.
Or we could just have Maddox replicate a couple of communicators that are not in the shape of the Starfleet symbol.
Yep, that's
small boxes.
Yep, that's also a thing. And especially this late in the 24th century, the slap-on chest communicator is kind of becoming a thing. The technology is slowly bleeding into the civilian market. Starfleet's had it for like 30, 40 years now.
Maybe there's a way we can have ear-based ones. I mean, obviously we're gonna look like complete squares the moment we tap into our ears, but there's gotta be some. But there's gotta be, like I said, civilian models for everything we have that we can replicate. Also, can anyone hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
we can hear you. Yeah, I mean, I think we can just do simple communicators that are modified to look like civilian models, and you can keep it in your pocket or something rather than just wearing it straight in the center of your chest.
What about jawbone?
Probably modifying your jaw is not the best idea.
Well, Doctor, there are subdermal implants you could totally pull off if you really wanted to go stealth.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we probably could just use replicators. There's probably been a couple of crates of those stolen before by some pirates. I think we need to figure out more about what we're going to do when we're there, rather than how we look when we're there.
Yep, and who's going, or y'all could go and split up. Splitting the party is always fun. I approve. So, what are you doing when you're getting there? You know that at the pirate ship from before was working for Zaurag and came here often for things and stuff. But you're not exactly sure what the things and stuff are.
We can
know there's
ask...
an Oscan vessel. Obviously, if we go around asking questions, we're just going to be seen immediately.
Well, we should probably start by asking some questions. I mean, we can always look like people who are looking for a job. Like we heard he pays well.
Or
Which is true.
What if we pose as bounty hunters?
No, not bounty hunters. What has been a common
not
thing
bounty
that the
hunters?
Nazis have been going after? Iconian artifacts, right? What
Yeah,
if we say we have one?
We could definitely do that.
Plant a rumor, see who comes up, and see how much they know about who's buying.
All right.
Anyone else have things to say?
I'm good.
All right. Well, let's all get some civilian garb, Type 1 phasers and tricorders if you need them. And I I think we can beam in together at first, and get the lay of the land before we decide what to do next.
All right. And with preparations made and a plan put in place, as you all can meet in the transporter room. With your civilian clothes, that's Type 1 phasers. Anything else that anyone in particular wants to take and try to hide. If you're taking standard equipment, and that's a free cost, if you're gonna attempt to hide it on your person, that's gonna be a reason security a roll to attempt to hide it.
I'm going to guess that the medical kit would be a bit too big to hide. Like,
you can still disguise it as something else, but it'll still be a reason security difficulty X, where X is the target difficulty to detect the pact is.
Well, yeah, I'll take you up on that. I'll roll a. You said reason security.
Is it reason or control?
I didn't hear what you said, so I don't know. I was asking you.
It's reason security.
All right. Yep. And I will try for a difficulty 2 on a communicator and on a tricorder.
Okay.
So I'll take 1 momentum for the tricorder. And I'll spend the momentum I gained to roll on the communicator. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So you got difficulty. So
Hidden
got
2 on the tricorder and the communicator. Hidden 1 on the phaser type 1.
excellent. And Sullivan, and what was that? At
just
roll
me
for?
trying to take the case.
Oh, to hide the case.
The medical case. I'm thinking she's just wearing like a big jacket.
Okay, you can either have a big jacket, or you can just have it like, no, this is just my backpack. This is just my day purse. Either or, but yep, that now has a hidden 2 quality. Anyone else taking in gear and hiding it away somehow?
Could I wear a scanner that is disguised as an eye patch?
What would the scanner do? What exactly would it scan?
Basically like Geordie's.
Oof. So you want like a multispectral scanner thingy? But
Basically.
But it's just temporary as an eye patch. Huh. Okay. That actually shifts it from security to engineering. Let's see, it's kind of no technology, but a new configuration, and trying to not make it look like what it actually is. Difficulty 3, And because of the time crunch you're trying to do this, it's right now, spend 2 threat, and an asteroid. Reason engineering, difficulty 3, complication 2, just to create the device. If successful, you can wear it and it looks inconspicuous, but you can and gain the benefits of.
So would deception or experimental technology work?
Either or, because you're kind of doing both. And if you're doing this on the ship can help with computers engineering. And you can always have the chief engineer help.
I will use a momentum.
1 momentum. And you gain a momentum back. As on your gear, you now have a hidden and multispectral eye patch. And this will have the quality of hidden 1 to 2 of that complication was just making the thing, and one of it was to make it hidden. So go ahead and note that on your sheet.
And what are the qualities?
It's a multispectral eye patch. It'll give you an advantage to be able to see things in different wavelengths or radiation, and it has a hidden quality of 1. That is quite cheeky. I like that. Calder, Talak, or Maddox, any hidden gear you want to take with you?
I'm kind of tempted to take a tricorder.
Okay. Are you gonna attempt to hide it?
Yes, I will. I'll have something like a duster or a trench coat with deep pockets on the inside.
Excellent. Reason security difficulty EX, where X will be the difficulty to find the tricorder. You kind of have to make a called shot.
Did you say reason and security?
Correct. And if you have any focuses that could apply.
The only thing I've got that would be any, persuasion's the only thing, and that would only be if I was dealing with somebody. I don't really have a focus for it.
All right. There's momentum, and I could always use threat.
Reason, security. Yeah, what was the difficulty again?
Difficulty is what you call it. So you kind of have to call ahead how difficult you want to make it. If you make the difficulty, like if you call ahead difficulty 3, if you make 3, then to find the tricorder would be difficulty 3 for someone searching for you. So the more difficult you make it now to kind of hide it, the more difficult it will be to find it later.
I'll do I'll try to do difficulty 3, and I'll use a momentum for a third dime.
Difficulty 3, 1 momentum, and you may roll.
Cool.
I will use my cautious skill to re-roll the complication,
Okay.
Oh,
which will do no good.
Yeah,
The
I think
hell?
that's only for engineering.
Yeah, it's-
Velcro it
Oh,
to your
okay.
forehead.
It's cautious only works for engineering, so you don't even get the cautious. But this
I-
looks like a perfect opportunity to burn a determination.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Yeah.
To what
Yeah.
value?
To the complication.
I know what value on your sheet are you using your determination on?
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
This may be a stretch. Serving in Starfleet, not just for my honor, but for my family's honor.
That's a stretch.
That's a stretch.
Big.
I don't think I have a value that would go for it.
I suppose mission directive and infiltrate the starbase could work. Eric, I'm assuming that's the mission given, Captain?
Maybe I'll just leave the tricorder behind.
Alright.
This looks doomed to fail. I've already ripped a pocket.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. Trying to duct tape it to your forehead. No one will find this, right?
I mean, I doubt a tricorder would be suspicious.
A civilian grade tricorder, or maybe a Starfleet grade tricorder, is kind of out of the way.
Well, why not just replicate a 23rd century version of the tricorder, tricorder, so less suspicious.
That is also an option, but an older grade tricorder would be less accurate. But just things to keep in mind.
Could you not find a way to place the newer tricorder inside the older's shell to conceal it?
If you want to do that, that would be an engineering task.
Looks at medics.
I could give that a shot.
Okay.
And hopefully I'll roll better.
Control or daring engineering. Difficulty 3. And I'll up the complication in range by 2 because you're kind of running out of time.
And I'll burn a momentum
Okay.
for a third dime.
And this will actually activate cautious because you have cautious engineering.
Yep.
And you gain it back, and now you have a stealth, jury-rigged tricorder within a tricorder.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
As you took the
What?
guts out of a modern tricorder and put it into a good old-fashioned 23rd century Spock-style tricorder, like Spock used to have.
Oh, that thing.
That thing. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I mean,
minus,
if
minus
it ain't,
Starfleet logos.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It still works. And you still have the signal resolution and everything in that you have. All right. Last calls before transporter room.
I will do the same.
You're also
actually,
you're also gonna get a
yeah.
tricorder.
But I would also like. I would like to engineer. I would like to have a compartment for a hand phaser. So make it slightly larger to make it seem even more junk tech.
Okay.
So add, whatever few extra inches I would need to be able to conceal a hand phaser in there.
I would say if Maddox is kind of forging ahead on this, you can and easily get a modern and tricorder inside an older tricorder and still have room for a hidden phaser, and the phaser will just have that hidden quality you apply to it.
Perfect.
All right, everyone remember to tie your shoes. And where are you beaming to?
I still need to get my stuff.
Oh, what stuff are you getting, Calder?
I would like to try and replicate a civilian version of a Type 2 phaser.
Oof. I'll say control security in difficulty 1. To get a Type 2 phaser that's inconspicuous. And there's the one. Alright, so you have a Type 2 phaser. It's an older model. It's kind of clunky. It's basically that giant remote control they had in the first season of TNG.
You okay?
But it's functional.
And now I would like to hide I'm the person.
Alright. Reason or control security, difficulty X, where X is to hide it.
I'll spend a momentum to add a dice and make it difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3, and rolling 3 dice. Do you have any focuses I could apply?
Combat tactics.
Not really.
No.
Unfortunately, you missed.
Should I re-roll because I clicked focus yes?
Okay. Go ahead and re-roll.
Hello?
Sorry about that. Alright. And you have hidden 3 on your phaser. Go ahead and mark that on your sheet.
Okay, it has been hidden.
Alright. And I think everyone's all decked out, correct?
Yes.
No one else has something they need to get from the Replomat? Any good luck charms? And with that, where would you like to beam onto the station? Actually, before you beam over, Tolek, would you like to take a scan of the station?
Say that again?
Would you like to make a scan of the station just to figure out what's going on around it?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Reason science, difficulty 2, assisted by ship's sensor science, brought down to difficulty 1.
All right. Is there a way to subterfuge the scan?
At increased difficulty, yes.
Okay.
So bring back up to difficulty 2.
Okay, I'll burn a momentum for the third dice.
All right. Gain 2 momentum. As the station has lots and lots of docking arms, and there's definitely a central promenade, and there's actually a transporter area that's set up, and seems to be like a large marketplace. There's obviously a habitation area where people set up quarters and stuff, and ops near the top. And in theory, you could just beam onto the pad, and you see in ships just do that. They just aim them from their ship to the pad, the ones that aren't docked. They just beam directly onto the pad on the promenade. So in theory, you could do the same thing.
Then let's try. I think I would recommend, let's attempt to detect when another ship is beaming onto the station and place ourselves near that beam-in site. Hopefully in the chaos, it should disguise our arrival. Everyone else there will assume we're just arriving with everybody else beaming in, and the other guys beaming in probably won't care.
All right. In that case, you are gonna have to have an actual beam-in roll.
Any objection? Does it sound like a sound plan?
Yep. I think we figured out to
Actually,
do something before this.
anything else you're gonna do to prep? Last call. Last call.
No, I meant when were we supposed to do a scientific method to figure out the cause of the singularity at the last session?
Yes, that was supposed to be a thing that was supposed to happen.
Okay, so just do it next session.
Yeah, we'll squeeze it in, and it shouldn't affect what you're looking for here now. So we'll
Okay.
timey-wimey it.
Okay.
But Maddox, there's gonna be a fun little roll for you ahead here, as you're gonna be remotely beaming in the crew on top of another beam-in. So, daring engineering, a diff 3, complication 3, assisted by ship's sensors engineering. And the daring is to represent the precise timing of this event.
Okay.
And Tolek, you can help with reason science to detect when a beam is happening to try to get the now signal.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so we have. And ship's assistant with sensors engineering.
I got it.
Excellent. Generated 2 momentum as. I really need to organize this. There it is. You'll inconspicuously beam into the bowels of Malweigh Station. Right. You're all in civilian, in clothes, as everything's all hidden. And yeah, no one has noticed you. You beam in and you are met by who would be there? Gruff-looking Andorian who's manning the transporter or station as you're all standing there for a moment. Come on, move off the pad. As everyone else moves off, the rest of the crew members move across the pad. And this place is dimly lit, the lights are kind of flickering, and there's that sharp ozone smell of old air refiners that are on their last leg, alongside the smell of fried meats and sweet meat in the air. There's this clanky hollowness as to your boot steps as you're stepping around on the deck plate. This place is, it's a prayer that you're not in vacuum right now. And all around you there's hundreds and hundreds of different people, all sorts of alien races, some of them more exotic than others, some of them not even familiar to the Federation. And everyone's packing weapons and are generally armed. Off in the distance, you actually hear some phaser fire, but no one seems to be reacting to it because it's just another day in the station. Someone's getting in a fight.
Like investigate that gun, the firefight.
Okay.
All right. Take Ensign Archer with you.
Okay, Captain.
Commander Tolek, why don't you and the doctor go ask around about who would be into buying some artifacts. I think me and Maddox will also go off and do that.
Okay. And there's
Very well, Captain.
2 different areas. Up here in the northern quadrant, and it seems to be a general marketplace area. Off to the left is is a more open bazaar. Are instead of like actual enclosed shops, this just seems to have tents and stands and slightly more temporary any places to get things at. And over here, there is a tavern of sorts.
I think me and Maddox can cover the tavern.
All right. Max, and Captain go to the tavern. But first, I believe Calder and Archer wanted to investigate that firefight.
Yes, examine and not be part of.
All right. Reason security difficulty 3 to represent, and there's just so much movement and chaos in this place. And Archer can assist.
Momentum. Okay.
One
I will
momentum.
just, yeah. Would combat tactics work for a thing for like going through a crowd or something like that?
Yes, being able to locate where fire is coming from is definitely something you learn in combat tactics. I will accept it.
Maddox, can you pull back from the mic a little bit?
Sorry.
Yeah, we're
So it's presence security?
Limited security.
yeah, Calder, you rolled the wrong dice.
Oh,
Reason, not presence. There you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So generate 2 momentum. As the firefight stops abruptly, but you hear it coming from this upper corner here. And there's equal amount of people rushing towards it and equal amount of people running away from it.
so let's go over here.
Yep. You press your way through the crowd, out, and complication in the crowd. Out, you and Archer just get separated. There's just a crush of people, and you look to your left, you look to your right, you suddenly can't find each other in the crowd. But both of you independently can look in, and you see the smoking corpse of a Ferengi shot in the chest, and several Nausicaans is just raiding his shop. And there's a fist fight breaking out between the Nausicaans raiding the shop and Bullion man is trying to get them to stop, and there's 2 Klingons that have pulled knives out and are telling them to put down the goods.
Are the Klingons helping the Nausicaans or just attacking both sides?
The Klingons appear to be telling them to put the goods down, so they appear to be against the Nausicaans. But the Nausicaans, like, they grab their goods and they're trying to get away, and they're stopped by Klingons.
How close am I to that? Into the Nautican attacking that bullion.
Who are you trying to get at?
The Nautican that's punching the bullion.
You could probably get there. You could probably like surge your way through the crowd with a minor action, and get like into the center of the circle. Because it's like a schoolyard fight. There's kind of this circle that's surrounding them, and some people are cheering, some people are booing, someone's trying to get security. Oh wait, there is no security.
And I am assuming that I can use the multispectral scanner to see Calder's unique thermal signal.
Calder, what equipment do you have on you? Don't you have a Type 2?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and give me a insight, security, or con roll. Oh, difficulty 2 to see if you can spot Calder.
And I believe sensor imaging as a focus would work.
Yep, because you're using sensor imaging tech.
Use a momentum.
Alright, one momentum. You have complication, but you also have Born Air Warp Core back, because it's a new scene. And it is quashed. That bullion luck again. But unfortunately... I said difficulty 3, correct? Yeah, it was difficulty 3. You can't quite see him through the crowd. You try picking up on his thermal signature, but you don't have a template of what his thermal signature looks like. There's several humans out too. You pick out like 5 of them. Alright, so Calder, what are you doing at this time? There's a bunch of angry people getting in a fight.
I'm going to grab the Nautican that's attacking the bullion, and then to kind of stop him from beating him up, and then I will proceed by punching him.
Excellent. This is probably just one of these guys. It would be an opposed daring security check. And spending... Wait, it's just... Spending 2 threat. He has a knife on him.
I don't know the strength of a Nautican, so I will spend a threat and 2 momentum to add 2 dice.
1 threat. Two momentum. I'm gonna spend 1 of these threat back so I can roll 3 dice. And go ahead.
We should have 2 momentum.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to spend 2 momentum. But you gain 3 momentum back, so you have 1 float. And
let me look through the stuff I could spend. with momentum in combat.
Yep. But first, you roll your unarmed strike, which is 1 plus your security score. As you punch me in the face. And one of the things you can do is spend 1 momentum to reroll the 3 challenge dice.
I'll do that. And how many would I need to spend to disarm him?
Disarm. Just to get it out of his hand, 1 momentum. To. Yeah, 1 momentum to disarm him.
Okay, I'm going to spend 1 to reroll those 3.
Actually, I should note that this is a nameless NPC, so if you just do 5 damage to them, they get knocked out. Yeah, if you inflict an injury on a nameless NPC, they go out of the scene.
Well,
So I'll let you keep your 1 float.
Okay.
As you catch him off guard and you give him a clean haymaker that sends him sprawling. But you do have one float, and he does have 1 buddy next to him.
Well, let's throw in the comical and say I hit him so hard he lands on his buddy and knocks him out too. How many? And let's say that's all 3 momentum that I gained.
You wouldn't knock the other guy out, but he would definitely be for 2. Let's see. For 2 momentum, you have him knocked out and on top of his buddy. So his buddy's pinned, but he's still in the fight. He just has to spend some actions getting up. And it's now their turn as he spends a minor air to get up, throw his friend end over. No, he's not gonna have a knife. He's just gonna punch at you. 2. And he's swinging for the fences with 4 dice. It's daring security opposed.
I'll do the same threat momentum spent as last time.
So 1 threat, 2 momentum?
Yes.
Okay. Up to 4 dice. You're matched, and you have a complication. Anything you can do with that?
I'll spend 2 momentum.
Okay. We're matched. Match ties go to the attacker, I believe.
No, nothing happens.
Nothing happens? Okay.
You can. He can accept a complication to
succeed at cost. Okay. Yeah, you can accept a complication now to succeed at cost, or you're just in a stalemate.
I'll take the stalemate.
All right. As he comes swing at you, and you block him, but oh goodness, this guy's powerful. So you're kind of in a bind for a good hot second. Archer,
I charged in all second.
Okay, you're just gonna try tackling him.
Correct.
All right. Daring security opposed.
Combat tactics as a focus.
I'll take it. And I don't want to lose here. spending up to 4 dice again.
I will use my spirit of discovery and also spend up to 4 dice.
Cheeky. So spirit discovery 3 momentum, and then you spend 3 momentum to get the dice. Nice. As you tackle him, security +2 in challenge dice.
Security +2?
Yep, so 6 challenge dice. And we get a knockdown. Four damage, and he's knocked down as you just come flying out of the works, and you just bodily tackle him into the ground and knock his head pretty good, but he's still in the fight. As he picks you up and tries throwing you. Daring security opposed.
Take a threat.
Okay. Gain 2 momentum as you can actually do a reversal all on him and hit him instead.
So I roll challenge dice.
Yes.
The basic unarmed strike, or do I roll 6 again?
The unarmed strike is... Oh, whoops, it's 1 plus your security. I messed that up. But... Alright. 1, 2, 4, 5. As you do 5 damage, giving him an injury, and he's knocked out as well. And combat is over. As the some of the crowd cheers, some of the crowd just begrudgingly walks away, and one of the Klingons actually helps you up. Funny seeing a blue man and like yourself getting a tuss us with a fanged mouth.
I thank you, sir.
It's all fun and games here on Malweigh until someone loses the mead. Har 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 har. Big ruckus, bellowing laughter. And the crowd slowly disperses, and the Klingons pick up the wares and put them back where the Ferengis stand once stood.
Did you know him?
Grek over here had a mouth bigger than his ears. Probably he said something one too many times. So, what brings you here?
We were looking for a group of pirates.
They both look at each other and just start laughing again. Well, you found a bunch of them. Pirates, privateers, mercenaries, smugglers, there's slavers, what have you.
Specifically, Nausicaans.
Well, you're gonna have to be a bit more specific. There's plenty of Nausicaan and pirates out here. Any particular reason why you're interested in them, or did you just want to punch all of them out? Challenge them into a drinking contest? Har 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 har!
If it was available, I would have liked to knock them all out.
Ha! Such a bold ambition.
What was that?
Such a bold ambition. Did what did the whole all planet of Nausicaa dishonor your house?
No, sir.
They
We are
just
currently-
took my eye.
Yeah, we were hauling cargo, and they attacked our ship, and that's how he got that feminine shine over there.
Well, who specifically did it? The Nausicaans aren't exactly united. Did you catch a ship name or a captain?
After intercepting communications, I believe one of them mentioned Zaret.
Zarek, huh? Well, we haven't seen him out in several months, but some of his crew might still be about.
Any chance you know any of the supplies talks to?
Some of the what?
His the people he usually talked to get supplies.
No one in particular. I don't exactly keep a look on the man's wallet. Zarek pulls in here, sometimes. Grab some things, and tell some tales, and then he leaves. Why are you so interested in him?
Vengeance.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a presence, security, or command roll. Oh, opposed.
I'm spending one momentum. So present security.
Mm-hmm. And okay, and your roll. Okay, gain 3 momentum. Huh. Seems like a lot of work to go for our vengeance. Maybe I'll help you with something. Come to this docking berth Earth in 3 hours. We might have some information for you. And he hands you a pad. Tells you to go to docking port 42.
Hey, quick thing. How much latinum did I get?
Just 5 bars, 10 slips, 8 strips.
And how much latinum would it cost for him and his friend to get a round blood wine?
A couple slips. So slips are like dollars, and then it goes up every 10 up there. It's kind of what I'm thinking. It's probably more refined. Probably a more refined conversion rate somewhere, but for 2 strips you can buy them a round of blood wine.
Okay, I will hand them handed him 4 strips and say the blood wine's on me.
They laugh heartily and head off. New scene.
What would it take to scan the crates for Iconian?
The crates at the Ferengi shop?
Correct.
Looks like his wares were just standard weapons and scanning equipment, but for reason science difficulty E3, you can scan the rest of his equipment.
I will use a momentum.
1 momentum. Dan, eye patch is finicky. You can't get a lock on it. There's several energy signatures around. They look pretty small, but you're not sure if any of them are off or weird or unusual. But new scene as we cut to Sullivan and to Locke really quickly.
So I'm going to see what we can do in the market. Effectively, just pass around rumor. Hey, we've got a some interesting artifacts that we're looking to offload. Seeing if there's anyone who knows anything about them.
Okay. What information are you giving about the artifacts?
They're going to be found in a similar region to where that active dig site we had to help rescue some people.
Okay. And just saying we found artifacts in this region, you're not going to say the word Iconian? But just in this region?
Yeah, just in this region. We're looking for an expert, someone who knows what they're doing.
Okay.
Why
And I'm gonna.
Why don't we float the rumor
like
that we?
pad or something. I'm gonna have an image of the Iconian artifact that we managed to get from that small planet, from that small little asteroid base.
Okay. I'm thinking and we can curb this with a small extended task. Tuluk, what were you saying?
Saying, why don't we float the rumor instead that we have artifacts that were appropriated from a Nausicaan ship?
If they already know that we're onto them, simply saying that, hey, we stole these from some Nausicans, that's going to give our position away really easily.
If they already know we're onto them, then it's irrelevant.
But, like, that may as well be holding a sign that says, we are Starfleet, come shoot us.
Well, given the way the others are narking around, probably already thrown up that flag.
Oh, you don't know that.
I am just doubtful that we have some items. We're looking for an expert. If you can almost see me making the finger quotes. These lasers.
Well, how do you want to spread this rumor? What rumor are you spreading? It'll depend. What rumor you're spreading depends on will affect the complication range and also what information you gain.
So you want to spread the rumor that we just have these items that we got from a place, and we don't really know what they are, but we're looking for an expert who would know about them.
That seems reasonable. You're looking for a fence.
Okay, I'll go with that.
That actually sounds a bit more reasonable.
Okay. President's Command or Con. Magnitude 2, difficulty 2, work track 8, and one of you can lead, the other one can assist. As you're just kind of floating this rumor about and trying to talk to people, try to figure out who to talk to.
What were the thing? Oh, there we go. Presence plus command or con? Plus command or con. Who's better at it? I've got a 13 presence plus command.
Yeah, you're better off rolling that one.
All right.
Does that count as metagaming? I'm not sure that counts as metagaming.
No, because as you're kind of figuring out, okay, well, this is what we're saying. Well, you kind of have a more or endearing voice, or you're better with words.
Okay. The more endearing voice. Okay.
I don't know. You seem more logical and more sure of yourself.
That makes sense.
And
I would like to tap my value. Emotion in a crisis only makes things worse.
I would definitely take that, because if you show any emotion here, or error that might imply deceit. Actually, let me double check this, because this is a thing I might be able to do. Actually, I can, if we increase the complication, I can give you increase the complication by 1, I can, and give you another determination spend. As you understand computers better than people, you don't understand and how to talk to people, so it's going to be more difficult, but you'll have a second determination to spend.
Okay.
So that would increase the difficulty to 3, but you would have 2 determinations right now.
What is the significance of the determinations?
You can use a determination to reroll. You can use a determination to gain a dice that has a +2. That you gain a d20 that has already rolled a natural 1, so you already have 2 successes on it.
Excellent. Let's go with that.
Okay.
I'll spend a determination to have two successes already.
Okay, so you're kind of, there's a little bit of fighting with yourself of like, okay, I don't understand and people, as well as computers. I wish these people were more logical. But you kind of, you recognize that this is frustration. This is not helpful. Let's bring that back and bring it under control. So you gain a +2 successes to this.
Okay, and I'll spend a momentum for an extra dice.
Yep, and you still have 1 determination left.
Okay, see what happens.
As this a really weird internal battle with you.
Is that 3 dice in total to roll?
Oh, actually, since you're spending ending in your determination for the extra dice, you have to spend 2 momentum.
Okay, 2 momentum it is.
2 momentum, so you'd be rolling 3 dice on the screen.
And there's no focus applied, I would assume.
Do you have a focus in deception or haggling?
No.
Diplomacy,
no,
I would take.
Really.
Nothing like that.
No, nothing like that.
All right.
Okay.
+2. 3, 4. Difficulty was 3. So you gain 1 momentum, and you gain traction, and you kind of break your way into the right loop of people. These are the fences. These are people who you would talk to.
The assist.
I gotta head out, unfortunately.
Okay.
Let me know how this goes.
Assist. Roll your assist before you leave.
I can roll the assist.
Which one do I need to roll?
Presence command.
Control present.
Yeah, present command. Nice.
It would be the first one, so 2 momentum.
Perfect.
All right, and Talak. You're using command, so 4 + 2, so 6 challenge dice for the work track.
Challenge. Okay, so I assume that's a 6 that goes in this challenge dice box.
Yep, 6, enter, and then the chevron.
Interesting. What does that mean?
You have to hit enter. So 6 and then enter key.
Enter. Okay.
Then chevron. You can use 1 momentum to reroll 4. Those 4
Okay.
challenge dice. Alright, so
I'm gonna
reroll.
still have reroll. Am I rerolling 4?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
4,
reroll zeros.
Enter.
For 1 momentum.
Okay.
That's better. 1, 4, 6. So 6 work, 1 breakthrough. As you finally get into the right loop of people to talk to. So next roll is diff. Alright, Yeah,
Plus
as
command?
you. Yep. So the roll goes down to Presence Command, difficulty 1, magnitude 1, work 2. As you finally get the right. You're in the right group of people. You just need to find the one person who specializes in this.
Okay.
And to be fair, solving an assist. Alright, you at least get 1 momentum.
Right.
And go ahead and roll the 6 challenge dice total.
Total.
As you're rolling command plus 2 plus command. And yep, with that you fill up the work track and you find the one person and that can help. Trill man named Darren Leck. As you finally enter his establishment. So, I heard you've been asking it around.
Something I'm curious about, as Vulcans are incapable of lying. How would that work out?
It's not that they're incapable of lying. They just don't on principle. Because if you recall, Spock lied a lot, but he just had justifications for it.
He exaggerated.
Exactly. So if you can find ways of saying, "Oh, I'm not lying, I'm exaggerating," or "I'm just omitting information that would get my crew in trouble."
Interesting. Seems like a really. Okay. Yes. Yes, indeed. We obtained some items that we are wishing to part with, and would prefer if those items did not come under any scrutiny.
I see. What items are we talking?
We don't really know. That's the problem. We're in search of someone who has an expertise in ancient tech.
I certainly have an expertise, and I also happen to have a buyer that is interested in such things. Do you perhaps have a data pad with information?
Hmm.
You would, especially if you've been and walking around asking people, "Hey, have you seen this?"
Yeah.
So.
Yes, very good. I will present him with the data pad.
He takes the pad, mulls it over.
I will observe him very, very carefully for any indicative signs of micro expressions indicating surprise, or interest, or suspicion.
Okay, so insight, command, or security. Difficulty 2. This man is well trained in such things, and so difficulty 3.
Insight, command, difficulty 3.
And he focuses.
I have focuses in emergency medicine, trauma surgery, and survival. Now, you could reason that with an exceptional training in medicine, you would be aware of what facial muscles would be responsible for what certain emotional responses.
Oof. That is quite a stretch. I will allow it at complication 2.
All right. I'm just saying, I could sell ice to an Eskimo.
Hey, if you can convince me of it, I think that's valid. So.
All right, I'm gonna burn a determination to take 2 successes.
All
Or
right.
whatever that thing is.
All right. So, to what value?
What?
To burn a determination, you have to declare a value.
Oh, to get a dice that already has 2 successes. Is that
Yep.
thing?
Yep. You have to declare a value. Which value are you calling upon? Reading over your list, I will take emotion and crisis only makes things worse. You're looking at this man, and for emotion to try to put him into crisis. So learning emotional control and learning how to sense emotion, look for emotions in other people.
God, what a hell of a time to drop voice. Jeez. All right. So what value am I trying to define? Is what I'm
Yeah,
trying
what
to
value you're
tell.
trying to define.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
To use a determination, you have to call upon a value.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Look, I've been drinking pretty heavily for the last 2 hours, so just bear with me.
You're fine.
Emotion in the crisis only makes things worse.
Yep, that work. So 2 successes, and you can roll 2 dice.
Okay. And I will burn a determination for 1 more. Or burn up. You better
Momentum.
understand what I'm talking about right here, because this is only getting worse.
You have to burn 2 momentum, and
Okay.
to get a 3rd dice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
And it's insight, command, or security. Alright. Plus 3. So the difficulty was 3, so you gain 2 momentum back. As there is a slight quiver of an eyebrow as it raises up as he looks over your scans. But it's not so much surprise, it's more of like, oh, this is interesting. This is a good card.
So call it intrigue.
Yes, intrigue. Huh. Well, I'm not sure about this. There's not a lot out here, or this is very damaged goods, and I'm looking for a very specific system. I'm looking for very specific protocols and a very specific system. And he is trying to undersell you.
Interesting. Very well, sir. If it is not of your interest, I believe there was a Ferengi back on the promenade who was willing to deal and was interested. Good day.
No, hold on. My buyer is a bit unparticular. I suppose as I could finagle some things and be able to cut a profit. Tell
We
me,
would be willing to include you for a percentage to compensate you for such things.
I mean, that's how this business works. I'm the in-between man. I get a cut.
we would be willing to increase that cut.
Very interesting. Well, I do have, as I mentioned, I have a particular client looking for such things. Where are the goods located now?
For obvious reasons, that would be information that would not be logical to double.
Of course not. Let's. Are they at least in system?
They are accessible quickly enough.
Very, very well. I will have to see where my I client is and when he can rendezvous with us. But if at all intended, I could perhaps get in contact with him and draw up a plan right now and get this cargo off of your possession.
How would we leave contact information? Like, hey, email me here, or
Yeah. There's like a standard or contact protocol that you can leave.
Perfect. Go with that.
All right. So you leave him your email, and he will get back to you.
Very good.
New scene as we cut back to Maddox and the captain. As you head to the bowels of the tavern. There's lots of drinks, lots of smoke. Some of it actually from vaping devices. Some of it from actual organic cigars, and some of it actually might be from the cooking equipment in the back. You are not sure. But luckily, your artificial eyes, Captain, and cuts through the fog pretty clearly, and you can see everyone.
I walk up to the bar and order whatever's closest to human beer. Something with some alcohol content, but not a lot. So, like, it still looks like I'm drinking, but I'm not gonna fall over.
Are you actually? But you're trying to get actual alcohol?
I doubt you can order synthahol from them, can you?
Huh? You're not sure. There could be something to try.
Yeah, I'll just go with the beer, and then do I have any currency?
For momentum, I say, hey, you grab some latinum slips from an exchange on the ship.
Okay, yeah, I'll place a latinum slip on the table next to the barkeep, and I'm gonna be sitting over there. If you know anyone who wants or is interested in rare artifacts, especially those that cannot be legally acquired in Federation space, you can tell them I'm over there, and then I'll take the drink and go sit down.
Maddox, what are you doing during this time?
I'll I'll definitely have a sip of sort of ale.
Okay, kind of the same thing. You're trying to order actual alcohol, but nothing that will send you into a coma.
Exactly.
All right. You definitely get your order. And you sit next to the captain. After a few minutes sitting, kind of enjoying the atmosphere, you're probably sitting for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, going on 30 minutes now. How long are you nursing these beers? Are you gonna get a second round? You're probably near the end of them.
No, I'm fine.
All right.
Same.
Finally, a actually, I have a character for this one. Finally, a female Orion and dressed as in biker lovers. There's kind of get up. She's not dressed up like typical Orion and girl. She's dressed up like she's prepared for a fight. Right, she's in command, and there's a knife strapped to her calf, and a blaster strapped to her thigh.
She's walking towards us?
Yep.
I tell Maddox, get up and walk across the room. I don't want, well, I don't want both of us in case something goes wrong.
Got it.
How smoothly are you moving out of the way?
Very casual.
Very casually. Presence command difficulty 1 to see how casually you do this. As you kind of manage to get that cool swagger, you kind of get up like you're gonna find someone interesting to talk to, and you leave the scene, and the Orion and Chick nods to you as you pass by and casually sits down and at your table, Elder. Friend of yours?
We're working on it. More like colleagues.
I see. So, legend has it that you have some interesting artifacts to sell? Or to offload?
Well, sometimes legends can be exaggerated, but I think in this case you're mostly correct.
Huh. I have to wonder, where did you get such items? Ancient tech, I believe was the rumor? Near the Paulson sector?
I did not say anything of the sort, but I'll definitely be looking into that. The items are one thing, the information has its own price.
Oh, I'm open to negotiations. Perhaps I heard something from somewhere else. There's... So, how much for information on such things?
You tell me what you want to know, and I'll tell you how much it costs.
I'm more interested in knowing what you know about how the person you are trying to find.
You may have the wrong person. I'm selling artifacts.
No one hawks as hard as you are if they weren't trying to bait someone.
You say that again, you broke up.
No one hawks as hard as you are if they weren't trying to bait someone.
You've never met a Ferengi then.
Around here, even the Ferengis know to keep their ears down. You're trying to get attention.
My interest in selling anything is slowly dwindling. I'm not sure I'm going to be interested in selling if you're going to start insulting me.
Well, if I mention a certain Nausicaan, would that pique your interest?
Are they interested in buying my artifacts?
They are, and they also happen to be someone I'm particularly interested in.
Alright, I'm listening.
So, Zareg? And she just measures your response.
Well, she can't see it with my eyes, so there's not much to go off of.
True. I would say presence command. Difficulty 2 with your eyes, that's an advantage, so difficulty 1.
Take threat.
And... Oh, yeah. Wait, did I have a sheet for her yet?
Well, they don't need to roll. You gave it straight difficulty.
Yeah, I gave it straight difficulty. Alright, so gain 2 momentum. And yeah, you are inscrutable. Huh. I could have sworn a Federation type would be looking for him.
Well, I'm always interested in buyers. If you tell me how to get in contact with them, I would definitely appreciate that. The longer I have these artifacts, the less...
Look, I like you. And she does that gentle shoulder touch thing.
It's a little early for that.
She looks insulted. Zareg is not the type to buy. He's more of the type to steal. and severely really hurt or kill, to get what he needs. He has a latinum to buy it, but he doesn't spend what he doesn't need to. And with the tech that he has, he doesn't need to.
I'll worry about his light fingers. But I don't want to hold on to this any longer, so any buyer is a good buyer.
It's not his light fingers that you have to worry about, it's his heavy fist.
Well, for the right price, I'm willing to take the risk.
She sighs. And I need a fitness medicine check, difficulty 2.
I'll spend 3 momentum.
3 momentum, okay. To get up to 4 dice?
Yep. Now, GM, I have a question. Is it technically an offense to try to, like, influence a Starfleet officer in that way?
In theory, yes, but you're not in Federation space. You're kind of in a no man's land. But technically, yes. But you feel the sudden surge of pheromones. But through your years, you caught it.
I'll give a slight smile and say, you know what? I think any further negotiations could be handled back on my ship.
Are you trying to play off like the pheromones actually worked and you're playing along with their ploy? Ooh, Presence Command, difficulty 2.
Does this count as persuasion?
More deception.
Improvisation?
Yes.
Okay. I won't get the bargain, but at least I'll get that. Take a threat.
1 threat. And gain 1 momentum. Huh. Very well. I suppose there could be something fun for the both of us. She tries the shoulder touch again.
I'll let her and I'll say, yeah, there's definitely a lot of things we can get up to up there. And I'll try to get up and lead her to the transporter room.
She comes with. Maddox, you're seeing the captain leave with the Orion girl.
I will follow
Follow at a distance.
Unless the captain gave me type of head or head.
Captain Elder, do you give him any sort of notification that you're fine or to follow?
No.
Okay. As far as you know, Maddox, he's going willingly, and he didn't give you any indication of duress or it's okay. So you're free to act on that knowledge.
Good distance.
Okay.
So follow.
Keeping good distance back. Control security difficulty E1 just to keep a good tail. But still keep him in sight. Alright, so you kept him. Yep, you've managed to stay back, follow them to the transporter room. Along the way to the transport room, she's being flirty and very coy to you, Elder, and talking about, I'm so interested in seeing what you picked up. And there's someone else that I'm hoping to undercut in this deal.
I have a feeling we're gonna be able to meet all your needs.
Oh, I bet you will. And she's hamming it up, playing exactly how her species plays. And you head to the transporter room. And how do you get back to the ship?
I look at the Tellarite and kind of just say, I'll take care of this, and I click the communicator in my pocket and say, this is Elder 2 to beam up.
And with that, the two of you are beamed up to the yeah. Why is my brain not working? The two of you are beamed up to the ship. And Maddox, you duck in just in time to see the blue swirls of obviously Federation and transporter signatures as the two of them disappear from the pad.
I will get the general vicinity out. Now, way back.
So you kind of duck your way into a hidden corner.
Yeah, that'll work.
And beam out yourself? Or just communicate with the ship? Maddox?
Well, I was just gonna wait for someone else out of the group to show up.
Okay. At this time, suppose Calder and Osher will be coming back. And the three of you can meet up. Calder, Archer, and Maddox, you all meet up in a quiet corner just outside of the transporter room.
I will brief them that Elder back to the ship will run.
And I'll brief Maddox of what I've found. Well, what me and Archer found. That we have a lead at a location after helping some Klingons fight some Nausicaans.
Good.
Alright, back on the ship. Elder, you materialize, and you materialize onto a obviously Federation ship. And the Orion turns to you and says, "Okay, cut the crap. You're here for Zarek, aren't you?"
I am, and I'm going to need your assistance to find him.
I was gonna insist on helping you because I want to kill that man. My name is Misha, and I'm here to help.
Well, that's a little bit extreme, and that's not really what we do here, but...
Oh, but the man stole my heart, so it's a bit personal.
Well, Starfleet doesn't do personal, but we're definitely looking to apprehend him.
And at that point, she undoes the top of her coat, pulls down on her shirt to reveal her sternum, and there is an ugly scar there, about fist size. No, literally, the man stole my heart.
Okay, you can put that away.
So, I'm here to kill him, and you're gonna help me, yes?
No. But I will apprehend him and return him to the Federation to see justice. And if you're interested in at least that, you can go along with us.
Very well. It looks like you're gonna need my help anyways, as your, I'm assuming was the rest of your crew was bumbling around like narcs all day.
Well, we'll work on it, but we got what we wanted.
So, am I in? Or do you not trust a poor or country girl like me?
I didn't. You cut out on the first part of that.
So, am I invited to this little manhunt of yours? Or do you not trust a poor, lonely Orion girl like myself?
I think you will be valuable in helping us find him, and your participation from that point depends on how likely I think it is that you will try to kill him when we apprehend him.
We'll talk about that later. For now, bring all your crew back here. I'm assuming you hid the ship in the asteroid field.
We will worry about that kind of information later.
At this point, you notice that the transport art officer is just kind of staring stupidly at her.
You're going to need to come with me to Medbay, or you're going to need to control your abilities while you're on board this ship.
Sorry.
I would hate to have you imprisoned?
Merely a splashback. He'll snap out of it in 15 minutes. And with that, we shall end our episode of Underhanded.
We still got a lead.
You have a lot of leads.